Hello and welcome to my playthrough of Kerbal Space Program. This is episode 8 on the Interstellar quest series. As you can see, we are high over Dres now, and we are just trying to collect as much science as possible here. And the aim in this episode is to circularise around Dres and get the high and low science and get as much mapping information as we can. There's no atmosphere around Dres. It's a vacuum surface, so we're just relying on the thruster. So I'm thrusting here to try and slow us down. I should really be doing it as close to the periapsis as possible, but I'm just being cautious. I don't want to overshoot. Okay, you can see now that the how far away from Dres I am actually thrusting. So I'm just going to set up a manoeuvre node here, and you can see the orbits changing as we do that. So we've seen all this sort of stuff before, so I'll speed it up. Okay, so we've got the manoeuvre node set up. I'm just going to accelerate now to the periapsis, and then we can start the burn. We're pointed in the right direction. We've got as much high data as I can, and we're already transmitting that information. So it's now time to do the circularization. Okay, so see Dres down there in the bottom left hand corner coming in, and we've got like 1.4 kilometers per second of delta V to achieve, so thrusting at maximum thrust and just gradually reducing. While we're doing that, let's carry on collecting as much science as we can and transmit it back. Okay, so I'm just running now at 4 times acceleration as we just complete the burn, because it's such a large burn to do. There at 1.1 kilometers a second. Got another kilometer to go now. Running out of electric charge as well, because of all of the science we're trying to transmit back to Kerbal. 700 meters per second. Getting closer. We're still quite high, very high. 500. Getting closer. 300. 200. And just about there. And there we have it. We've got our orbit around Dres. Just want to try and circularize it and try and set up a really good mapping orbit. So we really want to get like a polar orbit. Just want to set that to get a nice low periapsis so we can get the low science as well. So I'm just going to set that maneuver node up. Okay, there we go. So we've got a 7 kilometer periapsis there and a good, fairly good polar orbit. So just accelerated now to the maneuver node. It's a 430 meter per second delta V required. However, we don't really have a lot of fuel left, so I'm going to see how close we can get. Fire up the thruster then. And just see what happens. Okay, well, sort of mucked up there a bit. As you can see, the periapsis is within Dres, so I've lowered it too far, but not managed to achieve enough inclination change. I think what I'll have to do is try and collect as much low science as I can before we crush into the surface, and we'll just have to cope with that. What I should have done, I suppose, is done the plane change at the apoapsis and then done the circularization at the periapsis afterwards. Would have saved a lot of delta V and been a hell of a lot safer. Well, let's see if we can catch the science as we go in then. It's a bit of a shame that we're on the dark side of the planet now, because of course we've got no power to the solar rays to charge anything else. You can't transmit anything back, and you can't really see anything on the spacecraft anyway. So I think I'll speed it up from here, and then we can just watch the crash. Well, thanks for watching. I'm sorry that we weren't able to get a good orbit around Dres.